Hello, I am Farrukh Nadeem with a new tutorial today. In our tutorial today, as I mentioned in the last lecture, we will learn how to write and edit text. Along with text, there are some other professional commands that are not usually part of our regular practice because most of our users manage their work with basic commands and make all their modifications using them. Since we have commands available, we will use those commands today. I have taken a file, and as soon as I finish, I will need to take an image bit as a reference so that we can work accordingly. In today's exercise, we have some exercises that you could say are like logo designing. We will also do a bit of editing on the bitmap, and along with that, we will study logo designing. Here, I'm importing this logo. From this, I specifically need this logo. So, first of all, let's scale it. I have scaled it. And I need this specific portion. So first of all, we need to crop it. Understand the method of cropping. You need to draw a rectangle over the area you want to keep. Draw the rectangle over the desired area, like I have drawn this rectangle here. Basically, I need this much of the logo, so select the image along with the rectangle. I have selected the image as well as the rectangle, and here we have the crop bitmap. As soon as I clicked on crop bitmap, it removed the rest of the area, and the image that we kept is present here. I will now enlarge it, according to the drawing size, so that we can get a bit of an idea. We no longer need this rectangle. It was just kept to crop the image. So first, we will create this logo, and then we will discuss the remaining commands. I will start this process by using the commands in front of you. I have placed a circle here, and the diameter of the circle is set to 22 inches. Similarly, what you see here, you have noticed these leaves, which are actually the wheat spikes. This shape is made like that, but here what we have in front of us are two leaves, and they continue to go upwards in the same manner. So now what we need to do here is to break this circle. Understand the method of breaking the circle. You will go to the node command and come over to the node command. Once there, select the node B, the node that is attached, select it and cut vector here. Similarly, I will place it here a little and right click on this spot and insert out point or cut vector. It will create a point. When I cut the vector, it cut the segment from the circle where I was holding the pointer. Watch again. I come here, right click and say cut vector. So now it has cut this segment. I delete it, and as soon as I select this object here, you can see that this segment is present here. For now, I needed this arc from here, which I have extracted from this circle. Let's move forward. We need to create this leaf. How will we create this leaf? You have knowledge of these things in red. You need to do a simple task. Take a 3-point arc, and by using the 3-point arc, draw a line that connects both ends from here to here. You selected this object and selected this object. Take the mirror command, and this is our flip about line. Flip about line. Select this command. It will flip the curve against this line. As soon as you have done this much work, we no longer need this line. Grab both objects, join them, and after joining, I want to mirror them downwards once again. So I took a line. See, I made this line between these 2 points, and here I made this line between these two. First, select this object here. Select this object with the Shift key, and in the mirror command, flip about line, So here you see it has drawn the second object. So this object is completed according to our requirement. I grouped it and moved it over this arc that we just drew. See, I moved it over this arc. Now make the center on both sides equal. I will tell you the method to make it center equal because it is in a specific position. Then there isn't one. This line was drawn. One line was drawn from here. And now you have, actually, we could have just used the line we deleted earlier. But this is a better method. I drew this line from this midpoint to its midpoint. All right, now you have found its midpoint and the address midpoint as well. You can easily and precisely select all these objects together, group them once, and zoom in here to move it slightly by using the arrow keys E and the transform tool. As soon as you use the transform tool, you will see that I rotated it a bit with precision and accuracy in a detailed manner, thoroughly and meticulously. By using the transform tool, you have centered it here. Now, as we moved it with the transform tool, you can see that the slight difference has been resolved. Now, this object is equal from here and here, but the gap in the middle has increased. So give them equal distance, meaning the gap here should be approximately the same here. This way, their gaps are adjusted. I undid it, removed this line, and removed this line, and this object was created on top like this. If you feel that the size is too big or small, you can manage it yourself. I am going to give you a command here. We have a command available, the copy along vector command. As I select this command, I also selected this vector. Now, we need to tell it to copy the object. We need to specify how many segments to create. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 segments. And where I mark 9 for the number of copies, create a copy on a new layer and align the object to, meaning as our arc moves from below, the object will also move above it. So when I copy it, you can see this thing is created here. Now I undo it and reverse the direction. When you reverse the direction, it will automatically create this thing here. It has basically moved the object from its center. If you see this difference here, it is basically moving it from the center of this object. Wherever you want to place it, it will automatically do so. Moved it from its center. So approximately the design we have is created here. If I want to improve it further, from here I have another solution available. Press and make this line here. Cut the vector, deleted it. Now set this object and also set this object, and using the copy long vector, now copy it. Do it in the reverse direction. I did it in the reverse direction, and now we have the objects. I delete this object. So see, if you want to group these objects, you can group them. If you want to separate them a bit, you can do that too. Basically, all these things are available in your command. I selected this object. Select this object. I did Ctrl G. Now, if you want to adjust a little, you can manually adjust them with this line. So, I shift this object from a center line to here. I drew a line. Set this object. Set it with Shift. Here, use the mirror command to flip the circle. So this object came on both sides. I don't need this line now, and I want to place this leaf at the end of it. I copy it, I kept it outside and undid it and grabbed an object and deleted it. Now ungrouped it from the group, and I will move it. Zoom in on this place from here. Rotate it to give it position. That position is achieved. Similarly, I drew a line. Select this line and flip it. Came to this side and removed this line. Remove these objects. So look at this. This is the ship you have. You can scale it with the move command. You will select it with the M shortcut key. I have made it a little smaller. So you see, this was a method by which we distribute an object through a path. With its help, you can find any objects. I'll show you any ship here. With its help, you can move any object, any ship onto any path. Here, I will give you another exercise. We have the text command here. I write text here, the same one that is written inside it. I wrote H here, and it was written. Here you can also change its style as you wish and apply any style available to you here. You can also move this style using the arrow from here. Now, since it has very limited fonts, you will select one of those fonts. If you don't find it among them, this software allows you to create it yourself because you have the tools available. Creating a font is not a big task. Now I will use a similar font, yes. I have used this font. I will move this font to the middle and rotate it. I enlarged it using the Shift key and place a rectangle. Look here. Oh, I place a rectangle at the end of it. The more you zoom in, the better the precision will be. Copy it from here, paste it, and move it here using the Alt key. Use Control-C, Control-V, and with Shift, we can also use the Align command. It indeed sympathizes with you. Here, if you select all the objects, this ship will be created. Here, we have created an object. Now, the design you see on the outer side, you can also create this design. If you want to adjust its size a little, we have the node command available. With the node command, you can select this object and then select these nodes together now and bring them closer using the arrow keys. T. I have brought them closer. And carefully move this object. I have moved it to the center. Here, offset it by selecting the object and taking an offset of 0.35 on the outside. As soon as I gave it to the outside, its corner became rounded, whereas we need it sharp. Undo it here and create a sharp offset corner, and this offset is done. Similarly, offset it one more step outside. I am offsetting it by 0.15. And make sure to select the sharp corner, sir. And this object is also drawn outside. So in this way, this small exercise is complete. With this exercise, since we have the command here along the vector, you can draw anyone. draw our, select this arc, copy along the vectors, and here we have a feature available called copy circle. Now, this object that you have created will basically work as a path, and I have said to array the circle with a diameter of 0.5 inches on it. So you can see here, we have set the count to 9. I will undo this. And here I will set the count to 100. So 100 circles will automatically array along this line. If you want to maintain a certain distance between these circles, so that the distance between each circle is your required distance, you need to set a 1-inch distance here and then copy it. See here, if I double the distance, then when I copy it, the distance will be doubled. If I set it to 5, it will place the circle after 5 inches. And if I set the distance to 0.125, look at this. The circles overlap each other, but it will maintain the distance between them. Now, this is a very powerful tool for creating designs. It's a very powerful command. You can apply it to any kind of object. It's especially useful for drilling or creating templates, like when you need to drill holes on a floor. We use this command to create stencils for that purpose. It's definitely used in designing, but if you need to create an object as a stencil, you can do that with this as well. I'll undo this and set it to 0.25 here. And look at this. This is basically the command that allows you to create your desired object or circle. If I set the circle to 5 inches and the distance between them to 0.5, look at this. Now we will create a monogram, so I'm importing an image for reference here. Viewers, this is a new command, the one part to use. I'm going to show it to you here from, we've called an image from the First, I need to trim the extra area. I selected the object, select both objects and use the trim command, and I've trimmed it. Move the image to the outside. Remove the rectangle. Actually, what you've seen is that this object is placed in a perspective position. Normally, people start tracing it. However, the command I'm going to tell you about today is not for tracing. You create it directly from the image geometry and give shape, the perspective shape. So here I'll also teach you how to draw it for reference. I've placed a circle. Inside this circle, let's see how many total segments there are. There are 12 segments. I close it, took a line, and drew it from the bottom to this line here. Circular array achieved. Went into the circle and zeroed its center on both sides, and this quantity copy is here. The number of items is 12, and copy it in group form. So the shape we have is present here. Now on one side of it, you see this shape. It has a pentagon shape. We have a drawn polygon shape available. Here you mark its 5 segments, and the number of sides will be punched. The scale of it can be kept as anything for now. I created an object, moved this object, I moved it here. It needs to be aligned. The method of alignment is like this. See this. First I enlarged it, then rotated it from the top point and placed it in this position. See, I made it equal on both sides here. on this object and see this now. As I told you last time, when you correct the distance from this side and this side guy, it will automatically come to the center. See, I closed it with this edge here, and you got more clarity. See, it approximately took its required position, make it a little smaller overall, so that we don't face problems in cutting. See, I held shift and made it a little smaller. Now again, we will use the circular array command here, and the same bow value will be here, and select the number of items and copy it. So see here, this shape has been formed for us. I am moving the line that was in the middle to layer 2. Move to layer 2, layer 2. I did it before. And after you let it happen, I am also moving this circle in layer 2, so this extra is off for us, and this object is safe here. There is a group of this object here. Leave it. Draw the polygon again. Create it, and this polygon to its this. Bring it to the point. As we did before, use the move command to zoom in and set it in this area. One way to better place it is to calculate its angle, because if we want to bring it to the same position, you should have an idea that if you divide 360 by 12, we get a 30-degree angle here. So you also need to rotate it 30 degrees. I'll give you practice for this. Move this object. Now you can place it here as well. You don't need to give any angle. You can do it from here too. But if you want to place it here, put a copy here and go to rotate and say 30 degrees, then this object automatically adjusts to that degree. Look at this. So for now, we don't need this. Now a small shape is placed here with this object. I copied this object and resized it to place it here with this. So selected these two, so BH objects. Use circular array, do the same method at 0 and 12th and copy. I will turn on layer 2. Here, I need this circle. I converted it to layer 1. Sorry, moved to layer 1. And then turned off layer 2 and turned on layer 1. I will scale this circle from here and bring it down. Placed it. Now I want to write text on it. So what will be the way to write text is that you have to use the text command here. We gave its position here and wrote the text. Close it. Rotate the mini text. With the help of art, you can rotate it properly, reduce its size a bit, and keep in mind that the position of the text should be centered. Here we selected the text and also selected the circle with which we want to align it. So we have the command available, set the text on the curve. It will automatically set it on top Now we have the features available here to decide how you want to do it. These are its various positions, and here you can also maintain its distance and you can specify how much you want to raise it till above the circle. See here, if you set the text on the other side, it will automatically add to change its side. These are its positions. This is left, this is middle, this is right. This is basically the alignment position of the text. From here, you can maintain the space between the text. I increase the space a bit. Say, after exiting, you can also rotate this position using the rotate command. Set the circle end. Place this point here and rotate it from here. Or delete this circle. In this way, you can draw any text on, any arc, curve, or circle. Up to this point, this exercise is complete. For the next command, group this, and actually, we need to take it to a perspective position. As soon as you group this object here, we have a command available called disturb selected object. Select this command, apply this feature, and slightly lower it in this form. From here. See, a little from here. See, in this way, we have this shape completed and moved. Now we can place it in that spot. Now you can adjust its size, make it bigger or smaller. See, we use that same feature here to create our required shape. I hope you found some new things in this lecture. Today we learned how to write text, curve text, and similarly learned the disturb command and worked on a new command called copy along vector. Thank you very much.